Hi, welcome back to Circuits with Angel. Today we will learn about positive and negative charge. In my other videos, I've said many times that electricity is a flow of electrons. But why does it flow? And in which direction does it flow in? Electricity flows from negative to positive poles. However, in a lot of explanations, it is from positive to negative. It's kind of true since when you have electrons moving through a wire, you can think there's an equal positive charge flowing through the opposite direction. The whole confusion started many years ago in 1747 by Benjamin Franklin. Yeah, I think that's the guy that is kind of famous for holding the kite at the lightning storm. Remember him? Yeah, don't do that in real life, by the way. He observed and thought that electricity was flowing from positive to negative and called it electrical fluid. He thought that was going from less electrons to more. That kind of makes sense too, but later on, about 150 years later, another scientist, J.J. Thomson, found that electricity was actually going from more negative to less negative. In other words, they're going from negative to positive. I will almost always say it's going from negative to positive, but do not be surprised if someone else says it is positive to negative. The times you'll need to understand about positive or negative poles is when we have polarized components. For example, this is the electrolytic capacitor, the LED, which is a light emitting diode, the diode, and later on IC chips. These will usually have an indicator or marking on the part to show you which is negative or positive. And also the legs will show you which is which. These things can only be used in one way, and you'll need to watch out for that. I'll explain each part separately in my other videos because they need more detail. And this is a video about positive and negative charges, so yeah. When making circuits and putting components on the breadboard, it is very important to use the proper poles if the part has a polarity. If you don't connect the leads of the component properly, the component will not work, or in some other cases, explode. So remember, safety first. However, some components can go in either way, like the resistor and jumper wires don't have polarities. They don't have a polarity, so you won't need to worry about that. I want to show you this LED as an example of a part with polarity. We call these legs cathode and anode, and the positive charge is the cathode, which is the longer leg, and the negative charge is the anode, or the shorter leg. Now you may be wondering, what components could explode if you don't hook them up correctly? And it would be an electrolytic capacitor. On the electrolytic capacitor, the long legs are the positive, or the cathode, and the short legs are the anode, which is the negative leg. They also have an arrow to show the negative leg, so to better label it. They also can explode if you overload them with voltage or current. Please don't do this at home. You can stop this from happening by putting a resistor in your circuit. And a little note, the small ceramic capacitors don't have any polarities. Their legs will be equal length and don't have any markings to say that any leg has a polarity. So we will make an experiment with this positive and negative charge now. We'll have a flip-flop, no, not a shoe, but a circuit which turns on one side of the circuit on and the other one off, then switches. And using this circuit, we will see what happens when we take the components with a polarity and flip them around. So, you see, when you don't have it in it properly, the circuit doesn't work. So, I kind of want to go over a few key points about this topic of positive and negative charges. 1. Electricity flows through a circuit from negative to positive. 2. We need to keep in mind that positive and negative charges matter when we talk about using components with positive and negative poles, like batteries, LEDs, and electrolytic capacitors. 3. Always be safe and identify the parts that have polarity before you begin any experiment or circuit. Safety first! Thanks for watching Circuits with Angel, and see you next time!